Welcome back to the channel. It's always a pleasure to have you here. This is still Pendomatics, the complete online school of mathematics, where we'll break down mathematics topic by topics and making it so easy to understand. Alright, you're welcome back to another video. I'm Pendulum, your tutor here. And if this is your first time, please don't forget to subscribe, or if you've not done it before, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you won't miss any of our new videos. All right, welcome back. We're still looking at exponential equations under indices, and today we have two questions to look at. So with this, I think we should be done with indices, and then we'll move to logarithms. All right, so as we go on, if the video is helpful, don't forget to like the video because it helps with the algorithm. So like the video if you find it helpful. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about the video so that I can engage with you and we can share ideas together. And then very importantly, share this video wherever you can: WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Share it to anybody you know that needs it, your friends, your classmates, your colleagues. All right, so let's go on. Let's see how we solve these questions. Now obviously this first one, you can see that we have two equations here. So this is obviously a simultaneous equation. All right, so what we have to do is look at how we can resolve, especially this equation 1. Equation 2 is already okay as a linear equation, but equation 1 needs to be simplified to become a linear equation, and then we can solve both of them simultaneously. All right, so now this equation 1, I'm going to write everything in the same base. I told you in the previous video, always try to put everything in the same base. So I can put everything here in base 3. 27 is 3 cubed, then raised to power x, all over 81 is 3 raised to power 4. Then everything here is multiplying x plus 2y, and 9 is just 3 square. Alright, now if I still resolve this, remember I want to get a linear equation. Alright, so by the power law I can multiply the powers. So 3 times x is 3x, all over 4 times x, 4x, plus 4 times 2y, 8y, and this is equal to 3 square. Now on this part I can apply division law. Okay, they are the same base, so I pick one of the bases, and then because of division I subtract the powers. So if I apply division law, I have that I pick one of the powers, 3, one of the bases, sorry, then 3x minus, that's division, minus 4x plus 8y. I've always told you, when you are subtracting more than one term, always endeavor to put it in brackets. So when you have two terms like this, you are subtracting, put it in brackets so that the subtraction sign will affect everything in the bracket. Now if I go on to open up this bracket, this is minus 4x minus times plus minus 8y 3 square. Now I will equate the powers. Remember in the previous video we said if the bases are the same, we can just equate powers. We equate their power, so that's similar to just cancelling out the base. So we're going to have that 3x minus 4x minus 8y equal to 2. If I want to write it in this form, 3x minus 4x is minus x minus 8y. If 2 comes here, minus 2 is equal to 0. Alright, if I want to remove the negative sign, I can multiply through by minus 1 to remove the negative sign. So minus 1 times this is x, minus 1 times this plus 8y, minus 1 times minus 2 plus 2 equals to 0. This is my equation 1. I have simplified it. Okay, in this format, that means, let me just leave the 2 here. Let me leave the 2 here. If I multiply 2 by minus 1, minus 2. So no need to bring the 2 this way. Alright, then equation 2 we have x plus 4y is equal to 0. Now we'll solve by elimination to make it very easy for us. We'll solve by elimination, and if you watch the video where we talked about solving simultaneous equations by elimination method, you remember that we said if here we want to eliminate x, y, x here have the same coefficients 1 and 1. The steps we if you've not watched that video, I'll just summarize it, but I will encourage you to go and watch that video on simultaneous equation by elimination. Now the first thing you do, the variable you want to eliminate, make sure that the coefficients in equation 1 and equation 2 are the same. Alright, in this case, the coefficient of x here and here are the same, so that condition is already met. Then secondly, we said if the signs are the same, you subtract them. If the signs are different, you add them. So here obviously this x is positive, this x is positive, so we are going to subtract here, such that x minus x is 0. So we have eliminated x. Alright, if you don't understand what I am doing here at this part, please go and watch the video on solving simultaneous equation by elimination. Alright, now continuing, 8y minus plus 4y. Minus times plus is minus, so 8y minus 4y is 4y, minus 2 minus 0, still minus 2. Now obviously to get y, I will divide here by 4, divide here by 4, so that 4 can cancel itself. Y will be equals to minus 1 over 2. Okay, y is equal to minus 1 over 2, because 2 here is 1, 2 here is 2. So I've gotten the value of y as minus 1 over 2. Alright, now to find x, I will substitute this value of y that I've gotten, which is minus 1 over 2. I can substitute into equation 1 or equation 2. So let me just substitute it into equation 2. And if I'm doing that, I have that x plus 4 times minus 1 over 2. I replace y by minus 1 over 2 is equal to 0. X plus, plus times minus is minus. Now 2 here is 1, 2 here is 2. 2 times 1, so minus 2 equal to 0. Alright, this is a simple one. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Plus times minus is minus, so we have x minus 2 equals to 0. And if this minus 2 crosses to this side, we have that x is equal to 2. Therefore our values, our solution for that equation 1 is that x is 2 or y is minus 1 over 2, which you can write as 2 comma minus 1 over 2. Alright, so this is the answer for the first one. Okay, so let's look at the second one. Now, if you watched the previous video, you would have seen that we did something like this. This question is actually one of the assignments that I gave you in the previous video. So this is the solution to it. Obviously, you know that this is going to give you a quadratic equation. Alright, so I told you in that video, since you have 2 raised to the power x here, what you're trying to do is to arrange this first one in a way that you get 2 raised to the power x as well, so that you can replace them and get a quadratic equation. Now we know that plus or addition comes from multiplication when we talk of indices. What do I mean? From the multiplication law, remember, if you have ax times ax, when there's multiplication, all right, what this is going to be, you take one of the bases and then add the powers. This is the multiplication law. So this addition here came as a result of multiplication between two similar bases. That means this 2x plus 1 came as a result of multiplying two numbers that have the same base 2 and then these powers. Just like here, this came from multiplying two numbers that have the same base a, where we just pick one of the bases and then added the powers to come here. So if I want to from here come back here, I know that okay, I'm going to split this base into two and then multiply the powers. So if you understood what I said there, if we apply it here, if I want to take this one back to the multiplication that brought it, I know that I'm going to split the base into two. That's base 2, base 2. They must be the same base before you can apply multiplication rule, and then multiply their powers. So I have written this in the form of multiplication. If you still resolve this, you will come back here, because these two similar bases, take one of the two, then add the powers, 2x plus 1. So that's the first thing you do. And then let's write this one down. I'm taking it step by step. Plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, equal to 0. Now, the next thing I will do here, this is 2 raised to the power 1, which is 2. There is no difference if I write this like this, right? I said I can just write this as this, alright? This is still 2, bracket means times, then 2 raised to the power 2x, then everything here comes down the same way. Now, remember that we can rewrite this. I told you in a previous video, we want to make this and this look similar. Alright, so following the power law, I can rewrite 2 raised to the power 2x. I'm doing this for those of you that maybe didn't watch the last video. I can write this as 2 raised to the power x all squared. Alright, this and this are the same thing, because from the power law, if I have a number that has an index which is raised to another power, a number that has the power raised to another power, I can multiply the two powers. That is the power law. And if I multiply x by 2, I will get 2x. So that means I can rewrite this one as 2x squared. I've not changed anything, because if I multiply the powers, I'll still have 2x. Then minus 9 2x plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, so now we say let 2 raised to the power x be f, for instance, so that we have 2f squared, we'll replace this by f, minus 9f plus 4 equal to 0. So you look and decide if you're going to solve this by factorization. If it's factorizable, then you solve it by factorization. If it's not factorizable, you solve it by completing the square. Alright, now how do you know if it's factorizable? Please, if you've not watched the video we did on quadratic equations by factorization, do well to go and watch it so that you understand how to factorize. But basically, you multiply the coefficient of this with the constant. That's 2 times 4 will give you plus 8. 2 times plus 4 is plus 8. Then we're going to look for two factors of plus 8, that when you add them together, you get the middle one, minus 9. Alright, two factors of plus 8 plus 8f, that when you add them together, you get minus 9f. And I think the answer is minus 1, minus 8, and minus 1. These are our two factors. Okay, minus 8 and minus 1. Because if you multiply these two, minus 8 times minus 1 will give you plus 8, which is what we got here. And then if you add them, minus 8 minus 1, you're going to get minus 9. So these are our two factors that we're going to use. So therefore, I can replace this one with the two factors. And I will have 2f squared minus, minus f minus 8f plus 4 equal to 0. Alright, so I've replaced this by minus 1f and minus 8f. Now if I factorize these two, what is common here is f. So I'll be left with 2. If I remove 1f from here, I'm left with 1f minus 1. What is common here is minus 2. Right? Minus 2. No, minus 4, sorry. The HCF here is minus 4. Then, if I remove minus 4 from here, minus minus is plus. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then f is left. Minus times this plus is minus. 4 into 4 is 1. Okay, so you should know how to factorize at this stage. It should not be an issue for you. What is common here is 4 minus 4. If you remove minus 4 from minus 8f, you'll be left with 2f. Remove minus 4 from plus 4 minus 1. So I can put f minus 4 as f minus 4 and 2f minus 1 both equal to 0. Giving me that f minus 4 is equal to 0 or 2f minus 1 is equal to 0. From here we have that f is equal to 4. 4 will cross over. Or 2f is equal to 1, whereby f will be equal to 1 over 2. I divide both sides by 2. Alright? So these are not the answers, but these are the values of f I got. So the final step, these are now our answers. Don't forget that we said let 2 raised to the power x be f. So these are now our final answers. We'll now substitute when f is, first of all, let us recall that 2 raised to the power x is f. So first, when f is 4, 2 raised to the power x is equal to 4. We can write 4 as 2 raised to the power 2. And then we equate powers because they have the same base. We equate powers, x is equal to 2. This is our first answer. Secondly, when f is equals to 1 over 2, we're going to have that 2 raised to the power x is equals to 1 over 2. Now, remember that 1 over 2 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power minus 1. Alright? Negative inverse. I told you that minus means 1 over. Alright? So, this now is minus means 1 over, then 2 raised to the power 1, which is still 2. Now, in this case, again, we equate powers. We equate powers such that x is equal to minus 1. If you're equating powers, that means they're cancelling out the base. So our two answers are x is equal to 2 or minus 1. These are our two possible solutions for this. Alright? So basically whatever you're asked to do with indices, whether it's to simplify or to resolve exponential equation or indical equations, basically just remember the laws. Remember the laws. There was a video, I think 2 videos before this, where I took time to explain the 7 laws or 8 laws of indices. If you know them, you just keep applying them. You just keep applying them and you won't have issues resolving all these things. Indices is quite simple. So I'll give you an assignment and then we'll end. This is your assignment. Find x and y if 3 raised to the power 2x minus y is equals to 1 and 16 raised to the power x over 4 is equal to 8 3 raised to power 3x minus y. So this is already, you can see, it's a simultaneous equation. There are two equations here. All you need to do is resolve both of them to become linear equations. What I mean by that is remove the indices, remove the powers, let them just be linear. Okay, so you can follow the example I've done, but it's not difficult. Put them in the same base. 1 is 3 raised to power 0. Put all this one in the same base, base 2, base 2, base 2, and you get your answer. Alright, so thank you for being here. I think this should be the last video on indices. I think so. If there's another thing to add, I will do that. But if not, in our next video, we'll be going into logarithms. Alright, logarithms have two parts: the theory of logarithms and logarithms where you need to use tables. The theory of logarithm has its own laws, and then you have logarithm with tables. So we'll look at all of that there and break it down as much as possible. Alright, so thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications as well so that you don't miss our videos. We make a lot of helpful mathematics content here that you will love to learn from. Okay, do well to like this particular video because it helps other people to find it as well. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think about the video, about my teaching methods, about anything. Alright, I'd love to engage with you, and then share this video. Let it help other people. So share to your friends, share to your classmates, share to your colleagues, your children, your students. Wherever you can share it, please do well to do that so that whoever needs it can find it. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you very soon. Bye.